Okay, guys, we are going to start this call. If you don't know me, my name is Michelle, and Megan and I are on the same team. I'm actually Megan's coach. She joined with me a couple years ago, and now she is the top coach on my team. And we actually run these calls for our challengers every Monday night. So some of you have been on calls with us before, and every Monday night of the rounds that we do of the fix, so those 21-day rounds, we try and cover a different topic so we can kind of answer lots of your questions. And last week we talked about Shakeology, and usually the first week we just kind of do like a prep week and sort of get you into the program. And always on our last week, we like to talk about what is next. And I know that I posted this in our group. Whoever is my challengers on this call, I posted about what program you wanted to do next. I know there's a lot of you that are kind of on your third and fourth round, and you've been really doing well with the 21-day fix, but it's probably time to shake things up a little bit. And that's something that I have always done on my journey, is I've always sort of changed things up, because I get bored. And when I get bored, I don't put as much effort into it. And when you don't put as much effort into it, your results are going to, your results are going to speak volumes if you're not putting as much effort into it. So even long before I was a coach, I was doing Beachbody workouts. And I knew instinctively when I started kind of not seeing any results, it was time for me to get a new program. And I would just hop online. Back in the day, I would just hop online and call in usually and order the next program that they had. So tonight I kind of wanted to talk about some different options for you guys. Now, I would love for you guys to pop on and ask questions. I know that it's kind of scary to do that live, but there is a chat box. If you kind of scroll down to the bottom of your sort of screen, you'll see chat. So you can actually type in questions. So I would love for you to kind of tell me, or just pop on and tell me, like you can interrupt me and ask a question, like what program are you doing? Are you thinking about something else? What are your goals? I'm going to kind of go over generally some different options, but if you have specific questions, don't be afraid to interrupt us and just ask away, okay? This is not like school. It's not like us talking to you and telling you what to do. We want you to kind of like give us some info too. So first, I'm going to say that if you've been doing the 21-day fix and you have plateaued a little bit, like you feel like your weight is just, not moving anywhere, I don't want you to immediately blame the workouts. What I need you to reflect on first is your nutrition. How is it? Because at the end of the day, guys, it really doesn't matter what workout you're doing. Your nutrition is where you're going to see the results in your weight loss. Sad to say, but that is the truth. If your nutrition has got off, if you've stopped using your containers, if you're sneaking, this is me. I always use my containers, but I also sneak in extra stuff all the time. Like I can fill up my Greek yogurt in my red container and eat a whole other red container as I'm filling up my red, like I'm always taking extra spoonfuls if I'm not really careful. So if you're doing that, that's going to reflect your results. So please do not blame the workouts. We are famous for overestimating our calorie burn. We think that we work out for half an hour, we've burnt like 700 calories and we can just go have a snack because we've exercised so well. That's actually not the truth. And oftentimes we underestimate how much we're eating. So if you are kind of faltering a little bit in your containers, that's what I need you to go and look at before you look at your workouts. If you're bored with your workouts, if you feel like, okay, this really isn't challenging me anymore, like especially in those strength training workouts with the 21-day fix, if you're getting to that last rep and it's not a struggle anymore, it's time to up your weights. Okay, so if you're in those strength training videos, those last 3 reps that you do, so in the 21-day fix or hammer and chisel, anytime you're using weights, if those last 3 reps that you do are simple, like if you're getting through them, no problem, it's time to up your weights. 100% time to up your weights. If you guys are still using like 5 and 8 pounds on your lower body and you've been doing the 21-day fix for like a couple rounds, you need to go invest in heavier weights. Like honestly, your lower body can handle some pretty good weight down there. You're not going to see any changes in your lower body if you don't get lifting some heavy weight. So what I always do, and that's sometimes the frustrating part of when you start a new program, is it takes about a week. It definitely takes going through all those workouts once to sort of figure out where you are. And it's really important to really figure out where your strength lies. And an easy way to figure that out is trying your weights. And like I said, if those last 3 reps, you want to be able to do them, but they have to be a struggle. Like you can almost hardly get it done, but you can get it done. If you can't, like if you literally can't get through whatever that minute, or if you're doing like hammer and chisel or body beast, it's usually like 10 reps or 12 reps. Shailene Extreme is the same. Like there's a specific number of reps you are to complete. If you can't get through it, it's too heavy. Okay, so you want to get through the reps, but it has to be a struggle. Those last couple ones are like so hard to do, challenging. Body beast, I've been doing it for the last, I don't even know, 7 weeks or something like that. And I really had to take a look last week because I was feeling like, you know what, I'm just on autopilot here. Like I'm listening to my personal development and just looking at my sheet of paper and always picking the same weights. And I made myself last week go up 5 pounds on every single thing. Yes, it was so challenging, but I could get through them. Like I could do it. And my calorie burn went up, my results went up. Like there was some big changes last week just by me doing that. So really take a look at that, because it may be that you don't necessarily have to change your program. Someone said to me that they had got bored with hammer and chisel, and I said, you know what? You probably just need to up your weights. All of a sudden, it's not going to be boring anymore because you're going to be huffing and puffing, and it's going to kind of feel like a whole new workout again if you start upping those weights. So if you've been doing 21-day fix and you love cardio and you really want to change, I'm going to give you some suggestions. I often find that once we get into the 21-day sort of series, the fix series, we really like 30 minutes, right? We're all busy moms and 30 minutes is kind of our jam. And I'm with you. I love 30-minute workouts too. So I'm trying to kind of suggest different 30-minute workouts. T25. So this is going to be great for anyone that has the All Access Pass. That's one major bonus of our All Access Pass, is when you get that, you are going to literally have every single workout we have ever created at your fingertips. And you can go and pick a different program whenever you get bored, but you can also do different hybrid programs, which I can help you with really specifically. So I won't talk too much about that tonight, but we do have a system that we can make up a hybrid program for you. So if you wanted to do a couple different cardio workouts during the week with the hammer and chisel program or Body Beast, that's what I do. So my program right now is Body Beast. Because of my body, I know that I have to add more cardio to that. So I do a hybrid of cardio. So I do a couple different programs and I just pick their cardio. So that's another option that's really cool with the All Access Pass, because you have everything at your fingertips. You don't need all these different separate workouts. So I'm just going to rhyme off some different ones that are going to suit you in what you like. So if you're really into cardio and you really like 30-minute workouts, T25 is awesome. It's Shaun T, so it's cardio based, but it's still in that sort of 21-day fix what's the word? Like, it's not too crazy. It's not insanity yet. I guess is what I'm saying. It's not basic. Like, it's tough, but it's not crazy. Like, I quite enjoy it. One of my favorite cardio workouts is Speed 2.0, and it's from like the second month of that program. So it's a little bit longer. Of course, these programs are not just 21 days. This one is actually 60, or you can even add on another month, which makes it a 90 day program. So that's great if you like cardio. In the last month, I do believe there is some weights added into that program. I've never actually done that program all the way through. I've just done the first 2 phases. Insanity Max 30, if you like cardio, then you could rock that program, and it like shreds people. I did it for 30 days when it first came out. I hate cardio, like hate it. So it was really tough for me to do that. Like I was terrible at it, actually. I couldn't get through anything, but I was really surprised how, how shredded I actually did get in the little bit that I did, because I modified everything and there was no weights. So that was, it was a great program if you really, really like cardio. People have amazing results, and it's only 30 minutes and it'll make you sweat. Like, whew, boy, it's crazy. Core de Force, I love Core de Force. However, the workouts are longer. So that is just one thing about Core de Force. It's amazing. There's no weights. It's very cardio driven, but not in a insanity way. Like, I loved it and I wasn't expecting to like it. I think, Megan, you would say the same thing, right? You don't love cardio, right, Megan?
No, I hate cardio. I hate it.
Yeah.
And when I say to people, oh, you should do Core de Force, they're always like, yeah, but you hate cardio. And I'm like, I know, but it's fun. It's like, it reminds me of Tae Bo from like however many years ago. I love it. Yeah.
Me too. Loved it. And like, I will definitely do that program again. I'm always so nervous when I don't have weights, because for my body, for some reason, weights are I don't know, it just responds a lot better when I have weights. But when I did Core de Force, there's a lot of push-ups, which really freaked me out at first. Like, I thought, there's just no way I'm going to get anything out of this, because I suck so bad at push-ups. Like, I just have my core is really weak. But man, that program, like, I could not believe the strength I built up in my core, and I can now like rock out so many push-ups, and it's because of that program. So it's an awesome program, but disclaimer, there's 47-minute workouts in it. They go by really fast. Like, I dreaded it. Like, I thought, oh my God, I don't want to do this because of that. But they go by really, really fast and super, super fun. If you are thinking something like Tae Bo, like that sort of thing, Core de Force, but that 47-minute is just like, there's no way. Try, if you have the All Access Pass, try P90X3. I have just discovered P90X3, and I've only done the cardio workouts from that program and love them. Love, love, love them. I think, Paula, you've done them, right? Yeah. Yeah. Like, MMX is one of the cardio programs in there, and it is just like Core de Force, but almost a little crazier. Like, it is so, so good. So that's another one that's got that 30-minute mark. I've never done that program all the way through. I'm going to start it after I get home from Punta Cana. I want to do it all the way through and try the strength training programs as well. So those are kind of the cardio sort of programs that, if you're really loving like Cardio Fix, and what else does she have? The Total Body Cardio of the 21-day fix. Those would, if you're a real cardio girl, those would be the programs I would suggest. If you're more into strength training, like if weights are your thing, my 2 suggestions when you're coming off of the 21-day fix, my favorite is actually Shailene Extreme. And that was my first ever program I did that incorporated weights. And I I still go back to that program often. I absolutely love it. I think it's such a great program to get you into heavier lifting. So in the 21 Day Fix, your strength training, you're not going too heavy because you're lifting for longer periods of time. So your weights have to be sort of a medium weight. But to get some really amazing results with lifting, you do kind of need to get into some heavier weights. And Shailene Extreme really teaches you how to do that really, really well. I still prefer Shailene Extreme over Hammer and Chisel, actually. I just love that program. I think it's a really good one to start with. However, Hammer and Chisel, if you're really into Autumn, that's another really great program. But I still think if you're coming right off the 21 Day Fix, I always suggest Shailene Extreme. So if you have the All Access Pass, you have Shailene Extreme, the total program there, and it's awesome. Body Beast, if you've done heavy lifting before, like if you've gone to the gym and you're really into that, Body Beast is amazing. It 100% changed my body 3 years ago to a totally different figure. Like, it was crazy. Like I said, I did add in cardio as well. It was something that I knew I needed to do because I still had fat to kind of burn off. But the cool thing about the All Access Pass is all the information is there. You'll have fat to lose. There's going to be a specific nutrition plan you use. Or if you're just really like maintaining, you've got your goal weight with the 21 Day Fix and you just want to maintain, there's a nutrition plan to use as well. For example, Megan and I were both doing the Body Beast program just a few months ago, and I had fat to lose and she did not. So here is the crazy thing. She was eating like 7 yellow containers a day, and I still had my measly little 2. So you had 10, 9. Oh my God. Like, it's just not, it's crazy. It was so unfair. But I had 10 pounds to lose and she did not. Like, she wanted to build muscle, and that was good, and maintain what she had. And I wanted to lose fat plus build muscle. So our nutrition plan was totally different. And the cool part about the program is it's all laid out there for you. So you literally just have to decide what your goals are, and the nutrition plan is right there. Those are kind of my favorite. Like, I've never ever gone and done like I said, I've never done the P90X series, like P90 and P92. I've never done those, so I can't really give you any wisdom on those. All I know is they're long and hard. Like, that's all I ever hear, is they're long and they're hard. Back in the day, my favorite program was Turbo Fire. I love it still. I still go back to a few of those workouts that are only 30 minutes. But again, all of those programs are a little bit longer. We've gotten so used to being able to get in and get it done fast in that 30-minute time that I think some of those older programs, it would be hard to commit to the whole thing. I know that in Turbo Fire, there's like a 60-minute cardio workout. Like, we don't need that. Like, I think we've learned so much over the last 10 years or so. We know that our body does not need to be like pounding the pavement for 60 minutes to get the effects that we want. So that's when sort of like those hybrid programs, if you wanted to jump in and do cardio, you could do Turbo Fire 30, which is a 30-minute sort of cardio. It's really dancey. If you're into dance, Country Heat and Size, they're awesome. I don't know that, like, if you've really done well with the 21 Day Fix, I'm not sure that Country Heat is something you're going to want to go and do the whole program, unless you feel like you really just want something a little less, just kind of a break. Like, it's gonna help you maintain. I don't know that you would lose much on that. Like, if your nutrition is perfect, it's a great cardio. You definitely sweat when you're doing Country Heat, but you're not going to necessarily tone up or anything with Country Heat. It's really just kind of a fun add-in. I don't know. How would you explain that, Megan? That's a hard one.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think it's great for someone starting out
Mhm.
who is like very new to moving, very new to anything fitness related, and just has maybe even some physical limitations. That's such a great program to do. But yeah, like if you're getting through the 21 day fix workouts to go to Country Heat, I think you're gonna maybe stall out on your results even. Like it's very fun. I loved it, but I didn't see any results from it. So
Yeah.
yeah, you just have to but it's fun. It's fun to add it in for sure. But I don't think you can start that program expecting to have amazing results at the end of 30 days
Mhm.
unless you have a really big weight loss journey. I think then yes you will, because you're moving, and that's all it takes initially to get those pounds off. If you've got a big weight loss goal in mind, you just need to have your heart rate up and moving, and Country Heat will do that for sure. But if you're looking to like tone and hit some really specific goals, I don't think Country Heat will do it on its own.
No, and size is the same. Like they're fun if you want to add in. So if you're doing something like Body Beast, the odd time I have added in Country Heat just for fun. Usually it's because Delaney wants to put her pink cowboy boots on, to be honest. But, I might add that in for fun for some cardio, but I don't think you're going to see major results. I will say I did Country Heat in the summer when it came out, and I loved it. Like I loved it. It was very, very fun. I did Core de Force right after, and it kicked the shit out of me. Like I thought I was working really hard in Country Heat. Apparently not. Like I was like felt like out of shape after that. So that's just, they're fun workouts, but not if you're getting through and you're ready to be done with the 21 day fix. Yeah, you probably don't want to go to Country Heat. Obviously, everyone's going to wonder about 21 day fix extreme, and it is an awesome program. Like there is no question that 21 Day Fix Extreme will shred you. If you follow that countdown to competition eating plan and you do those workouts, you can literally get shredded. All I'll say about it is very, very jumpy. So for anyone that's had several children, it's a tough one. Like there is jumping everywhere. It's a really, I still find it probably the most difficult program we have. I usually do it right before I have to go on a trip or something. I'm not this time, but that's always been kind of my routine. I'll do the 21 Day Fix Extreme with the countdown to competition meal plan right before a trip, like right before I have to be in a bathing suit. And it does. Like it gets me shredded, but man, I find it so challenging. Like the jumping, it's hard on my knees. And so that's just my kind of like warning with that program, but it will get you results. Like if you follow it, it will get you results. Absolutely, for sure. So that's often the program that everyone asks me about. I know Megan does not like, yeah.
No, I tried it and I thought, oh, I can do it. And like I couldn't even get through the very first workout. It was way too much jumping, and because I've had babies and lots of them all together, I was like, oh, forget this. This is not happening. I'm gonna lose everything. So yeah, if you don't like I can't do a jumping jack. Like I can't do a full open leg jumping jack. I do modified jumping jacks. So if you are doing modified jumping jacks, you will not be able to do extreme for sure.
Yeah.
And that's fine. Like you can do Core de Force. There's no other programs that I've had that issue with. It's extreme. I just can't do it, and that's okay.
Yeah, there's just so much jumping in that program, which whatever. I mean, that's why you get such great results in those like 30-minute workouts and 21 days. That's what it's for. But it's not as bad now with everybody having all access. You can try it. If it works, great. If it doesn't, who cares? But it used to be people were investing in just that program. And I always felt so bad. They'd get it home and it was like way too much for them. Or like Megan, there was stuff happening that she didn't want to happen. Anyways, do you guys have any specific questions about any program that I can kind of enlighten you on? You just jump in if you have any questions. I don't know if someone's talking.
It will be uncomfortable for a little while.
I don't think so.
No. Okay.
I will add that I don't know if you mentioned PiYo, but I love PiYo. So it's like a mix of Pilates and yoga, and it's low impact, but it is hard. Like, it's a hard program. It's Shalene, which I love her, and it's a really, really good program. I did that right after I had my 4th baby, and it was such a good program to start with, but like, it's intense and it is all core. Like, you will tone using only your body weight and no impact at all, no jumping, none of that. So it's like, if you hate cardio, but you're looking to really tone up without any equipment, it's awesome. Just don't follow the eating plan that comes with it, because it's an older program. So it comes with the older eating program. So just follow the 21-day fix eating with it. But it's great. Like, I have challengers that love it and see awesome results with it.
Yeah. PiYo's awesome. I did it when it first came out. And what I found, like, it changed my body sort of as dramatically as Body Beast did, but in a totally different way. It like took my body and made it feel longer. Like, it lengthened everything. It was really quite, I mean, I could not believe how much I sweat in that workout. Like, whew, it was crazy. And I wasn't lifting a weight. I wasn't doing anything. So it's a really, I will do PiYo again, probably after I do all this. That's what I did last time. I was just off of all this heavy lifting. And I mean, I had got into some really heavy weights, and it was such a nice, like, I think, break for my body, just to stop with the weights and do something totally different. And that's the thing about this. You have to keep shaking things up. Your body's going to get totally used to what you're doing. And that's why a plateau happens. You know, you have to really keep changing everything. So especially if you still have weight to lose, because your body gets used to it. And then it's like, okay, well, this is just normal. I'm just going to stay normal too. Nothing's happening here. But once you shake it up with sometimes your food and mostly your workouts, that's when you're going to kind of kickstart some results again. I did want to touch on the nutrition plan. So I'm glad you mentioned that, Megan, because a lot of our older programs have really stupid nutrition plans. Like, yes, they work, but they're just so intense. Like, this was long before the 21-day fix, all of these nutrition plans. So I recommend sticking with your 21-day fix meal plan. However, if you have been in the lowest bracket for longer than 2 rounds, like 2 rounds is like, would you say that, Megan?
Yeah.
About 2 rounds, if you're in that lowest bracket, it's time to bump things up, not down, up. Your body needs food. Like, you're not going to be losing anything if you're starving your body. And that 1,200 calorie mark is very, very low. That is not a lot of food for people to be eating. And what happens to your metabolism, if your metabolism gets used to getting tiny bits of food, it's going to feel like you're not fueling it properly. And when it's not fueled properly, it's going to hold on to everything you give it. And then that will just turn into fat. You won't lose anything. Like I said in the beginning, I need you to take a really good look at your nutrition. If you've plateaued, and you've plateaued for longer than like a couple, 3 weeks, you're feeling like you're doing everything right. You know, I'm not cheating. I'm not like Michelle, like eating spoonfuls of Greek yogurt. I'm like, I am doing everything right. I'm working out, and you're still not losing. You need to add more food. That's the problem. You don't need to do less food. You need to do more. You need to rev up your metabolism again, because it's literally stalled out. I did that to my body for years. So, yeah, you really need to like up the ante. So Shannon, sorry, I can't see what you said here. I dropped down a level this round and feel hungry all the time. Yeah, I wouldn't drop down. Especially if you're feeling hungry. Like if you're feeling legit hungry, like it's not just bored hungry or, you know, I want a snack hungry. It's like legitimately you are feeling hungry. Give your body, honestly, give your body food. When you're eating, help. And if you want to still be super careful with it, go with red and green. Like I always tell people, lots of people will say to me, I'm so hungry. So I'm like, okay, go have another green. Go for it. Like if you're so hungry, go have some cucumbers. And you'll know if you're really hungry or not if you go eat the cucumbers. Because most of the time what they want me to say is, sure, go have whatever you want. Why don't you go have a bagel? You know, and like I'm not going to tell you ever to go have a yellow. I'm not going to tell you ever to go have a purple either. But if you feel hungry, Shannon, I would go start with that. Like have another red and have some more greens and you should be good. But dropping down, I'll message you, Shannon, and we can talk about it. Because depending on, did you recalculate and you feel like you should be in the lower? Is that what you did? Yeah. So I think you'd be fine adding a red and a green if you're feeling hungry. Honestly, for sure. Like, never recommend dropping down. I know the guide says to drop down, but I really never recommend that because you can get yourself into a really bad spot when you go back into maintenance and I've been there. I've just done these things so many times and you can really kind of screw up your body by going too low. So I would maybe like tomorrow add a red and a green to your day and see if that helps, like just even with your hunger. Because all that's going to happen, guys, this is what I know for sure. If you go too many days hungry, you're just going to bomb. You're going to get a day and you're going to go crazy and you're going to say, fuck this. And you're going to eat everything in your pantry. Like I have done that so many times. And that's the problem, right? Like I literally starved myself and went crazy over not eating stuff. And then I just ruin it all. And I mean, it's sad, but you can ruin it all in one little bingy night. Like you can take away everything good you did all week in one little binge. And I know because I did it over and over and over again, like for years. I would lose, like I would get to this point and then it would be Saturday morning and then I would literally go back to the very beginning because of what I did. And the reason I was doing that, I was binging because I wasn't feeding my body properly the rest of the week. Like I was literally just starving it. And I was so hungry and irritated and irritable, all of those things that I just would go crazy. And then you just can't control yourself. So I would way rather you add another red, add some Greek yogurt, add some, like, if you want to be super strict, guys, stay to the top of the food list. Like if you want to stay in the lower caloric foods, stay at the top of those lists. So if, you know, like, but definitely if you're feeling hungry, like legit hungry, add a red, add green. You can't really if you're really hungry, your body needs it. Yeah. Okay. If you guys don't have any more questions, I think Megan is going to talk a little bit about some different products that we actually have. So of course we all know we have Shakeology, all that stuff, but as you're getting into a little bit more intense workouts or extreme workouts, we do have a whole performance line that can help with those programs. So she's just going to cover a little bit about that, and then we can still answer any of your questions as well.
Okay, so this is a bit of a repeat for my challengers because I did a video last week on this, but we have like so many products available besides Shakeology. Like, of course, Shakeology is so important. And the things I'm going to talk about aren't things that you need to have. And I like to sort of stress that, because you don't need any of these things, but possibly you are taking something or using something that is similar to this that you could perhaps replace with a better option. Because of course, all of our products are completely natural. They're made from the best ingredients, and we fully support all of them. Whereas something that you get from a drugstore or a grocery store or a health food store isn't going to be as good as of quality, and probably is not going to be as natural as what we offer. So the whole point of me sharing all of this with you is for you to have your eyes opened up a little bit to maybe the things that you are taking that you don't even really realize you are, but these things could sort of replace them. So sort of more education than me trying to sell anybody anything, for sure. Like, you do not need any of these things, but if you're interested, this is what we have to offer. And I think they're pretty cool products. So the first thing I will talk about is this. So this is called Digestive Boost. So this is something that you could add into your Shakeology. You could also add it into any type of a smoothie that you're drinking or a shake. But the whole point of this is to give you extra fiber. So if you're someone who is maybe taking Metamucil or Senokot or Colace, if you struggle at all with your digestive system, I mean, Shakeology is amazing for it, but sometimes we need a little bit of something extra to sort of move things along. And this is like the most amazing product. And it's not, it's not something that your body will start to depend on the way it will a stool softener or even Metamucil. And if you look at what is in Metamucil, it's, it's not something that you want. You're mixing it with orange juice, for one. Like, we shouldn't really be constantly having orange juice in our diet with all the sugar. So this is something that is just very, very natural. It's just 1 scoop and it's powdered. You don't even actually taste it. It just changes your shake consistency a little bit. But I will add this into my Shakeology, like even once a week or so, or after maybe a weekend where I've totally fallen off the wagon and had a lot of bad foods. I'll add this in, and it just gets rid of like any bloat. It just can make you feel so much more comfortable, and it is so natural. It's not like this thing that you're going to be running to the bathroom and, you lose all control like a laxative or a stool softener even. Like, it's just very, very natural. So this is something you could definitely be replacing a lot of things that you probably buy from a pharmacy already.
I'm just going to say one little thing about Digestive Blend. Delaney, since she was a baby, sorry, this is going to be like totally too much information, but anyways, I hope she doesn't see this video when she's 18 and like, she's always had like these little like nuggets. Like, I never had a problem changing her shitty diaper because it was always just these like pellets. And I would take her to the doctor and I'd be like, there is something wrong. Like, this can't be right for this. And they're like, no, if that's the way she's always been, that's fine. But the more like she was kind of stressing a little bit. And anyways, now I give her just the tiniest little bit of Digestive Blend every single day because she has it every morning. And like, life has changed. And even for her, she's not like in that tiny bit of pain. And it's just been kind of like a miracle thing. And I use it all the time. I absolutely love it with the bloat and the discomfort. Yeah. Anyways, just thought I'd add that in.
No, that's good to point out with the kids too, because I'll use it on my kids as well, just if they're needing it. And honestly, once you use this, you realize like what should be happening. And then you're like, oh, okay, that's normal, not what has been happening in the past. So it's a good cleanse, which is what we all need to be doing, right? So this is called Power Greens. So this is also something you could add into your Shakeology. It's just a little tiny scoop, and this has like crazy amounts of greens. So I didn't actually write down exactly how many, but it is like kale, spinach, all those green leafy vegetables that, let's be honest, we're not like overly thrilled to have on a daily basis. I'm not someone who ever buys kale or spinach. So this is like such a great way to get greens into you if you are not the type of person that is like loves their vegetables. This is such an easy way to get in a serving of really those green leafy vegetables, which have all the oxidants and all those nutrients that you do want. And it's just in one little scoop. And again, this is something that you can throw into your kids' smoothie, which I do that a lot too. And I mean, because kids eat like kids, right? So this is such a great way to sort of hide vegetables in, and it just changes the color of the shake. It does not change the taste at all that I found. Okay, so also Energize, and this might be something that you've seen Michelle or myself drink. We have this every single morning before our workout, and it is like the best tasting stuff. It's like this lemon water, like it's almost like, I wouldn't even compare it to the Crystal Lights because I don't like the taste, but it's that idea. You add it into about a cup of water and you have it about 30 minutes before your workout, and it just gives you the energy and the mental clarity and the energy boost you need to like kick ass at your workout, basically. It's awesome. It is also like really good. I always have a little bit in my bag at work because I am a nurse. So I work 12-hour shifts. And I mean, I think everyone sort of gets that like afternoon kind of like, oh my God, I'm never going to make it through my day. I'm dying. I want a coffee. I want a donut too with the coffee. And I have a little bit of this in some water, and it's like I'm like alive again, and I'm good, and I feel fresh, and there's no like, caffeine like crash at all with it. It's just all natural. It's like the best product. So you get like 40 servings in this, I believe, and you just take a little scoop of it, and it's awesome. So it just kind of just keeps pushing you along. And I know Michelle and I, when we do calls like this, we're always like, did you have your Energize yet? Because this time of night, like I'm done. I can't even like talk. I am not lively at all. But if I have a little bit of Energize, I'm kind of a good time again. So, okay. And then this is another one of our favorites. So this is called Recover. So if you guys listened to our Shakeology call last week, or if you watched the recording, we talked about, the difference between Shakeology and a protein shake. So this is our protein shake. And this is what, I was drinking when I was doing Body Beast. I would have it right after my workout. I would mix it up with some ice and water, and it is so good. It is chocolate, and it's amazing, and it's all natural. So again, you don't need a protein shake unless you are doing a really intense workout program like Body Beast or 21 Day Fix Extreme or Hammer and Chisel. But if you're just doing, PiYo or 21 Day Fix, the regular one, or Country Heat, you do not need a protein shake at all. But this is like, maybe your husband is like a big into weights and is drinking a protein shake. Maybe mention to him that, Beachbody does offer a protein powder, which is probably like, of course we're biased. We love Beachbody, but honestly, if you really do look at what is in some protein shakes, you would be shocked. So watch our call on our Shakeology that we did last week, and that will explain it a little bit more. And then also we have Recharge. So this is a really great product for, again, if you're working out really hard and you're hurting your muscles and you're sore at night. This is like a great thing, and it's taken at night before bed. So it's another shake that you can take. But also, if you are someone that just struggles with sleeping and struggles with being comfortable when you're sleeping, and if you're constantly tossing and turning because your body hurts and you can't fall asleep or you can't stay asleep, and maybe you are taking, melatonin for that, or you're taking Advil nighttime frequently because you just can't get a rested sleep, this can replace all that, right? So wouldn't we rather have a natural product than medication? Like, I know I would, right? Medication, they're pretty hard to get off of, and they end up leading to more medication and then more medication. So this is like, I would much rather invest my money in something like this and give this a shot and see how it does. And it's actually going to benefit your body and your muscles and your insides, where a medication is not doing that. Medication is just masking the reason why you're not sleeping. And it's masking the reason why you are uncomfortable. That's all medications do, right? They're not actually treating the problem. They are just sort of like a quick fix. Whereas this is all natural, and it's working from the inside out. So that's another really great product I think there's a lot of us who are not sleeping well at night. So that's a good alternative to any type of sleeping aid that you might be using. Another thing I don't have with me in my little collection, but it's called Hydrate. So if you are someone who is maybe giving your kids Gatorade after they have had a really hard soccer game, or maybe not even, maybe you're just like handing them Gatorade because we've sort of been taught that like those sports drinks, they're good. They're full of electrolytes, and give your kid that instead of pop. Like, what a great alternative. No, it's not. They're awful. Like, they're full of sugar and like nasty ingredients and artificial things. And there's nothing good about it. And it's like shocking that we would want our kids to drink something like that. So Hydrate is something that you can take yourself while you're working out. And it just gives you that, electrolyte balance that you need when you're working out in a natural way, not in this artificial, sugary, chemically sports drink that you can buy a pack of 24 for $2.99, right? Like, when you see something like that, you got to kind of wonder, right? And it's like bright blue and orange and red. Like, we should be concerned when we see that. So instead of giving your kids Gatorade or Powerade, you can mix them up, Hydrate, which we have, and it's all natural. So I think that was, sort of all. And again, the Energize, like, this replaces, those rock stars and those 5-hour energies that you can buy at a variety store. Like, oh my God, please, if anyone is buying those, like, just never buy them again. Like, for so many health reasons, like, my God, your poor heart, right? Like, it's just doing awful things to your heart and everything else. So it's natural. And if you need to do your research, just for sure go to the Beachbody website. You can look into any of these products, or just go to Google or ask one of us. And I think it's really good idea to look into all these things, not just the things that we provide, but also the things that maybe you are buying. Look into Metamucil and see what is actually in there and how is it working. Look at that Tylenol, nighttime Tylenol. What's in there that's making you sleep, right? So we just need to question the things that we're putting into our body a little bit more than we do, instead of just reaching out for a quick solution at the pharmacy the next time that we're there. That's about all I got.
Yeah, no, that's good. Hydrate, for any of us that like to have too many glasses of wine, it's really good the next morning. It cures a hangover like anybody's business. And I use Recharge every night. I actually mix it up with the water. And you didn't like this, Megan, when you tried it, but I love it. It's a vanilla kind of taste to it. So I mix it up with water and a little bit of cinnamon, and it's like I have another treat at night, another snack, because it gets that kind of pasty consistency, and I put it in the freezer for a few minutes. And it really, really helps me sleep. I am a terrible sleeper, up all night. that's the only reason I use it. I think it probably does help with my soreness with my heavy lifting, but I really am using it just because of the sleep. Since I started using it, it's helped a lot. Terry, when the 2 times he's actually started a workout in the 3 years I've been a coach, he has used it after each maybe like 4 workouts that he did and before he quit, and he thinks that it made a huge difference in his soreness, but obviously not enough because he did not continue. But that was his take on the Recharge. It's a good product. But Energize, I would die without Energize. Like, I would drink it all day if I could. It's just the best thing ever. It tastes like, it's like my orange juice in the morning. That's what it tastes like, kind of, I guess. Or Tang or something like that, without all the nasty stuff in it. But one thing that if you're taking protein powder, I mean, back in the day before I was a coach, I really didn't pay attention to ingredients, and I didn't really care. I read about these things in the magazines, and I saw everyone else taking them, and I would buy the mint chip chocolate flavored protein powder and think that it was, or the peanut butter parfait, and never give it a second thought. And now obviously I'm more educated, and if they have that stuff in it, it's all artificial flavorings. And we all know now what artificial stuff does to our body, right? I mean, it's a known fact that artificial sweeteners are actually going to be a cause for gaining weight. And for me, it's 100% true. If I put one of those sugar-free candies or sugar-free gum into my mouth, it just triggers me wanting more of that kind of taste. It triggers me wanting to have more sweetness. It's like clockwork. As soon as I put gum into my mouth, I just want more of it. I've kind of like opened up the floodgates of wanting more. And that's what all that artificial stuff does to us. And that's what's in those protein powders. That's why they can be like so low carb and low calorie, because it's filled with artificial stuff. And we just don't want that stuff in our bodies. We're smarter now. 10, 15 years ago, we maybe didn't know any different, but we do know that now. Fat-free, sugar-free, all that stuff. If it's free, it's full of stuff that's doing nasty stuff to our bodies. So one thing that I'm super proud of with Beachbody is they kind of took all their old, like they had all they had these products 10, 15 years ago and took them off the shelf because they knew that it had all this nasty stuff in it. They used to have, what was it called? Energy and Endurance, I forget what it was called, but it was just like Energize. So it was like a pre-workout, and they like yanked it from the shelf because of the ingredients that were in there. They just did not feel comfortable with having that out anymore. And then they came out with this performance line, which is all, what is it? NSF approved.
Yeah.
It says NSF approved.
NSF.
Yeah. So I'm super proud of that line because, it's a big deal to have something that is completely natural, but doing all the same things that their other products did in the past as well. So anybody have any questions? One program I didn't talk about was 22-minute hardcore. Was not my favorite, I'll be honest, but I know Sarah. Are you doing that one right now, Sarah?
Okay. I'm actually doing that one in addition to the 10-week T25. So I'm doubling my workouts with the 22-minute hardcore, and I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think maybe my problem with the 22-minute was it was just 22 minutes, and I just knew that was never going to be enough for me. But I was trying to do the program as it was written because it had just first come out. So I didn't want to add anything more to it. And I think that's why I was like, God, this is never going to be enough. So I can't even give too many good comments on that. But if you're really enjoying, I know a lot of people really love that program. And I mean, what the hell, if you can get it done in 22 minutes, why not, right? And it's kind of a good mix of cardio and strength. So it's another option. And that's the other, like, I mean, I think all of you guys have all access. So it's just so awesome to have all access because you can try it. And if you like it, like, do it for a week. If you like it, awesome. If you don't, move on to something else. And that's kind of the cool thing about having that pass, is you just have everything at your fingertips. And to end the call, I will say all you lucky people with all access are going to get 2 new programs come out in the next couple months. The first one is coming out in May, which probably isn't going to interest many of you, but it's called, what is it called? UV2 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to interest you guys. But in a month after that, there is a new one called Shift Shop coming out. Shift Shop, something like that. And it's awesome. Extreme fitness. It's kind of agility based. We're doing a big call with the trainer in a couple days, so I'll have more information after that to share with you guys, but it looks really, really, really awesome. It's kind of like, what would you say it compares to?
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I'll keep you guys posted in our challenge group because it looks really, really good. I'm pretty excited about it. Yeah, so, but that's the cool thing about All Access. Those new programs are just going to show up the day they launch. So you guys will have access to all of those programs. And I think the Shift Shop is going to be a good one. I think it's coming out in July. So maybe that's your summer workout. Anyways, if you guys don't have any more questions, we will end this off. And you can message me or Megan anytime. All right.
Good night, guys.
Bye.